to another stream. Happy Monday morning. Bit of a cold one outside for me. Hope everybody else is a little bit warmer. But today we're continuing on the Divergent colony that we previously set up. Finally getting around to building some better accommodations for my duplicants. Working on bedrooms, gonna expand that to mess hall and bathroom and everything. Work on decor quite a bit as well. One of the things we'll be doing in the episode. We left off last episode. We destroyed the Demolier, got that out of the way. So that was our major time crunch for the first 200 cycles that we're just working towards right now. And then now that we don't have that time crunch anymore, we can start really working on creature comforts for my duplicates. I also got many of the bones for the Dartle and Rex farms set up here. We have 2 breeder ranches for the Dartles. We have kind of the incubation area and just holding pen for Dartles and Rexes, and then we have the Rexes down here for we're getting feather fiber out, which is great, but the main reason we're actually doing this is for brine ice. On the right side of our colony, we do not have any water geysers, just as a refresher, if you're just dropping in. So we have no water geysers, so we don't have like an easy, sustainable method for water. So other than finding ice around, like we have plenty of like brine ice laying around, we could be finding all the ice and melting it, yada yada yada, but at the end of the day, that's not sustainable. We will run out eventually. Right now, we're just working off this water tank. We've already drained water from easily accessible locations in our base. Let me turn down the music a bit. All of the easily accessible water. So now we have to start properly generating water. I could potentially go out in space, find a asteroid with some sort of liquid water, saltwater brine, just regular water, whatever it may be on an asteroid, ice even. But I do want to make this planet sustainable in its own right before I start looking at any sort of space resources, which at the end of the day will probably slow me down a little bit. Similarly, I'm not looking to have anyone go over to the connected planetoid. What is this? Flamazon? I don't know, whatever that. Because there's probably a water geyser over here. You can actually kind of check if you select the planet itself. It'll give you the geysers that are on here. No water geyser actually. You can, like oil reservoirs are water positive if you do a petroleum boiler. So you put in, 333 grams per second of water, and if you pump out the oil, put that oil into the petroleum boiler, get petroleum out, and then use that petroleum in petroleum generators, the polluted water you get out is actually greater than the water you put into the oil reservoir. So that is actually a water positive process. But like I said, I don't want to be depending on a secondary planetoid for my resources. Similarly, for Nozon, we can see we actually have all of our geysers uncovered, or sorry, not uncovered, but discovered. So saltwater and polluted water are the only 2 water geysers that we have, which is a bit sad. I always like more water, but not the biggest. I mean, just a challenge to work around, right? All the rest of our vents are not the greatest. Chlorine, a couple chlorines, polluted oxygen, carbon dioxide. So we don't even have like a metal volcano, which would be pretty awesome. Having unlimited refined metal is always good. Yeah. Okay, so let's get to it. Rexes seem pretty happy. 15, 8. Okay, so ranches are about working to capacity at this point, which is good. That means we're finally gonna start feeding live prey here. And when Rexes eat live prey, they output more brine ice than if they eat just tough meat. I'm currently feeding them tough meat, which gives me 64 kilograms per cycle brine ice, which is something. I'll take it. But if you feed like any live critter, right, even hatch or whatever, you get 128 kilograms per cycle. So we would be. Did I already scroll past Star Lips? No, I didn't. Dart Lips are somewhere on this list. Like I said, pretty much any living creature you could be feeding them lums even, which is funny because lums take such a long time to reproduce and what am I saying? To reproduce and get eggs out. I guess it's only 0.04 units, which is a lot better than 1 unit per cycle, but yeah, still pretty slow. What I might actually consider, since I have such an excess, is take some lums and put them up there. Even might not be the worst idea in the world. Peat, we're still very much peat neutral, I'd say at best. I don't think we can even say anything more concrete than that. Still barely maintaining my power production down here. Just working down the research tree, the easy research. She's bridges. Start closing a lot of this in. For my industrial area, I've been getting quite a bit of the. What did I say I was going to put in here? Gunk? I think that's all I really have access to right now. I was going to create some NAFTA down here. Bionics are pretty slow building down here though. Just such a long trek. Deconstruct that. We don't need it. It's temporary. I do think biggest this area. I can actually have it much bigger than that. This is gonna be my park. Sorry, not park, nature reserve, so 120 tiles. So, let's not build it. like I said, bedrooms, 2, 4, 6, 8. I'm gonna leave 2 more for 12 bedrooms. Over here, I'm probably gonna do, I kind of wanted the industrial area to be over here, to be completely honest. So maybe I'll do the, where to put this, 4, 4, weird 2 area down here. So 2 more bedrooms, and then maybe the, Great Hall, I think. That's what I'm gonna do. I'll still need an area for bathrooms, so. And then that'll kind of replace all of this down here, get it looking a lot nicer. The decor up here is already way better, just because carpeted tiles are pretty good. So that when our dupes are sleeping, they're getting a lot more, not morale, decor. They've been pretty bad just because my base decor is not good. Same with my bionic duplicates. I'm going to be doing the same thing over on this side. Sweep all this stuff up. My bionics are a little bit slower because I'm trying to work on the industrial area first. I do really need more steel. That's one of my main, not roadblocks, one of my main constraints. So let's see, what does gunk look like? Great overheat temperature, that's good. Not great specific heat capacity though. But I think we need the overheat temperature. We don't have NAFTA yet. NAFTA also has a great overheat temperature, but it has quite a bit better specific heat capacity. Pretty poor thermal conductivity, so I do think I'm just going to use gunk. Accidentally disabled building. Gunk. I do not have access to gunk. I have 5 tons of it. Oh, I have some sort of search on, or filter on gunk. Let's do that. You need quite a few deliveries. You need, I think 1,600 kilograms, I think it is, to fill up the liquid reservoir, and essentially that allows you to do 2 batches of, oh no, it must be 800? I don't know, whatever. It allows you to do 2 batches of refinement before it finishes cycling, so it just makes the worker a lot more efficient. I'm gonna finish more research. I wasn't waiting on any of this in particular, but just kind of catching up. Insurance I'm not actually too worried about, but it is our last one. All the rest of our research is going to require material study, which requires me turning on the red volt generator again, which is going to require bionic duplicates just to be running on wheels to keep this charged. So I'm not in a hurry to do that. I'm already quite a bit, quite behind on labor. You can see I probably have 2 at any time, just bionics running on wheels. So definitely not efficient. See that we need a bunch of batteries. We have 3 tons of plastic, which is nice. I'm not going to complain about that. The heat being generated is actually decently substantial. You know, we're 40 degrees around this area. We are going to be having a cooling loop go through here though, so we will be working on be working at cooling down the area. I want 12. Let's start with 4. I want to see how much I heat up this water here. I do not want this to flash to steam. It can heat up, but as soon as it flashes to steam, I have problems. So my hope is I can get 12 refinements of steel without heating this above 100 degrees. And then I'm going to put in another steel aqua tuner over here. I should have the yeah, I have the automation in place. And then I'll be able to close this up and we'll be done. Steam turbine. Let's get this stuff done, guys. I think I should be able to fit, yeah, three steam turbines across the top. I shouldn't need 3, but it'd be better to be overkill than underkill. Aaron's looking like, yeah, dupes are pretty behind. I mean, they're predominantly focused on things like, what are these? Oh, the auction. Yeah, these Megatrons are not eating the carbon dioxide fast enough. That's kind of my concern. And we're essentially just leaking chlorine out to our base. It'll actually be less of a concern when I have all of my bionics moved over here. Well, not really. Bionics don't really care. They do get, well, this guy's fine, but they will get major eye irritation, which reduces their athletics. They get -4 athletics, which is sad. Just makes them a lot slower when they're working. Alright. Look at our action being bad. Those guys are looking like they need something to do. How much feather fiber we got? Should have plenty. Yeah. I just want to make sure I don't run myself out building these carpeted tiles. Let's get all our beds in place. This can go away. Pipe behind it can also go away. What we're starting to consider at this point, especially with, you know, when you're transitioning mid-game even to later game, is the majority of your dupe's time is spent in transit, just getting to their job, right? So if they wake up in their bedrooms, you know, they go to the bathrooms and then they have to dig, you know, all the way down here, let's say, the majority of their time isn't spent on the digging action, it's spent getting to that digging action. So you want to start considering things like, you know, plastic tiles, you get a 50% run speed increase. Plastic ladders, you get 20% run increase, as opposed to the regular ladders where you get 0, right? Fire poles as well are great for going down, but they don't really help you going up. So just in highly traveled areas, replacing tiles with manufactured tiles, you know, either just a regular tile like this with 25% run speed. Natural tiles will have a 0 percent modifier. So regular tiles will give you at least 25. You know, metal tiles will give you 50. Plastic tiles will give you 50. Bunker tiles don't give you anything, so don't use bunker tiles for flooring. That's for protection. And let's get someone working on this. I want to see how much four will warm this 100 kilograms of water up. Hopefully not a lot, but I'm thinking it'll be probably quite a bit. Alright. I think I'm gonna stop plastic production. Okay, that's just regular priority. I don't want them focused on that at all. And then I'd really like to make this out of plastic tiles, but I'm not going to yet. I'll replace this floor in the future. Regular tiles have 5 decor in a 1 tile radius. Granite gives a 20% decor bonus, so it'll be 12, or sorry, not 12, it'll be, I think, 6 decor within the 1 tile radius. Not a lot, but it adds up, so I'm gonna create that. Let's put down a potted plant. Actually, let's not do a potted plant, let's do a hanging plant. And I got a cool little puzzle cube hanging, so I'm gonna use that. Water cooler on the right hand side because I'm going to be disabling it anyways. And I'm just going to use nickel. I could use gold for this as well, but I don't have a lot of gold amalgam available to me. Not looking for duplicates. I really want to transition to a better food source. Just because, I mean, they've been eating veggie poppers for quite a while, and veggie poppers are fine, you know, they're standard food. You get a +4 morale, which is good, you know, not gonna complain about it, but oops, I'll disable that building. I'm not gonna complain about it, but we can also do better, right? Probably not this episode. I mean, I'm gonna have to set up a ranch. I should have. Did this Chabo eat all my Paku? They definitely did. Well, that's sad. I was gonna say I had Paku chilling out. I was gonna make a Paku farm. But, yeah, maybe I'm not doing that, actually. That was a bit unfortunate. In any case, I'll probably get more Paku out of the printing pot eventually. So when I do, I'll look at capturing them and making Paku from at that point. Okay. Built that. Oh. Okay. Ooh, that is toasty. Okay, so the gunk is after refinement of steel, it heats up from. It probably came in at 40 degrees. Oh, actually, I can actually see that. If you go to the recipe that you're interested in, steel in this case, and you see how much heat is going to be injected into it, my gunk is raising in temperature by almost 200 degrees Celsius. That is because it has such a poor thermal conductivity. It has such a poor specific heat capacity that it heats up a lot with the heat that's injected into it. However, because it has such a poor thermal heat conductivity, I just combined 2 words. Because it has such a poor specific heat capacity, when it goes through this cooling tank and drops off the heat into the water, you see at the end it's at 50 degrees when it's going back into the metal refinery. When it transfers its thermals into the water actually doesn't heat up that much. So this water started at, I forget what it started at, I'll be honest. I think it started at around 40 degrees. It seems to be what all my water is. So it's heated up to 62 degrees at this point. You can kind of keep track of this. So that's 4 refinements. I don't think I'm going to be able to get all 12 out, which is sad. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. We can get pretty close. Technically, brine doesn't become steam until like there's like a 1 degree Celsius on either side, so probably 104 degrees Celsius before it actually turns to steam. But the water on top will turn at like 101. Okay. Are these farms full? 15, 10. Yes. Okay. So any new hatched dartles, essentially extra dartles, should be being dropped off here into this pen. And when they are, we will get, well, I mean, you see them excreting brine ice. I have it being picked up and put out here, I believe. Yes. Yeah. For the purposes of, not fertilize, yeah, fertilizing these dewdroppers, they require brine ice, 10 kilograms per cycle. And then any extra brine ice that I have, I'm going to be, I don't have a filter for this yet, but I will be sending it down into some sort of water tank where I'm going to heat it up so it melts into water. Okay, so yeah, I'm not even going to get close. So every production of iron to steel heats up the water like 10 degrees ish. So I could get a couple more and just have 90-degree water. But I'm not going to be able to get all 12, so I still need 6 more. I think I'm just going to dump the water, or dump the heat into this water down here. I don't really have a better way to do it. So I'm going to do something a bit different than I did before, than I did over here. I am going to, I need room though. Where do I get room? Where do I get room? Let's stop this right here. I'm gonna do it right here. Let's see how plastic is done. One thing I do have to watch out for, since it is increased by 194, as the temperature of this heat box increases, it's going to, the coolant that is returned back into the metal refinery is also going to increase. So as the gunk increases in temperature, say as high as 200 degrees, because that would be like the maximum temperature of this. If it's a 200 degree gunk coming in here, it's still going to be increasing in temperature by 200 more degrees. So we're going to have 400 degree gunk coming out. Thankfully, gunk doesn't transition until, 450. So something to pay attention to. It shouldn't be an issue, but as you can see, our initial gunk was coming in at 200 degrees, and now we're up to 250. So just to pay attention to it. I might actually not want to do this. I'm worried this is getting too warm at this point. I don't want to deal with steam. It's essentially what it boils down to. Alright, so deconstruct this. We're gonna have to deconstruct this. This. Actually, kind of need refined water at this point. So we're not gonna need to heat this pool. Power. Why can I never see these buildings? Jeez. I think it'd just be really easy. Alright, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna kind of a mess. Oops. Oh my god, come on. So our plan is to just use this water pool. We're just putting the coolant directly into the metal refinery. So 31 degree salt water, and then we're just dumping it out over here. So the temperature on the right hand side will slowly heat up while we're still grabbing the cooler water on the left hand side. So to give it a chance for the water temperature to do a bit of equalizing. Okay, let's get to that. It's 83. Yeah, I'm hesitant on putting another batch through. Well, nah, we can do another batch. It's not gonna increase by 15 degrees or anything. Alright, we should see, okay. Alti should be grabbing this dartle, or dartlet rather, and releasing them into this, and the all the Rexes, the ravenous Rexes will go and try to eat the dartlet. Crowded. So I have 7 critters. I might need to decrease this to 5. Where's the 5th critter? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Any old guys in here? Let's just send this guy. Now they're not going to be crowded anymore, so their reproduction rate will increase back to normal amounts. I'm not, well, yeah, I kind of am. I was going to say I'm not super concerned if they're crowded or not, but I kind of am. One thing, actually, instead of decreasing this, let's put this to 6, and, I think center food. We don't have it unlocked yet. Yeah, they're critter comforts. There's a critter condo, and essentially, if you put a critter condo in your ranch, it effectively increases your maximum critter count by 1. You know what you can support, as far as space is concerned. So we could have supported 6 Rexes and 2 dartlets, but since I don't have it researched yet and I can't put the critter condo in here, I'm gonna leave this at 5 and 2 until 6. Until I can get that, and then I can increase this to 6, so long as obviously your food can support it. So like down here, if I put a critter condo, I couldn't add a 4th lum because my Ovagros can't support a 4th lum. So even though the space, you know, they wouldn't be overcrowded, they wouldn't have a space concern, they would have a food concern at that point. So depending on if you can feed the animals, it is a good way to get extra, you know, a good way to get extra production of your ranches. Okay, brine ice. I think I tracked this. Yeah, brine ice, 12.6 tons. No, I want to see it over time. You can't really tell from the graph if I'm. One thing I wish they'd add in this game, Factorio does this very well. Is like your graphs over time. Like, am I gaining brine ice, losing it, staying neutral? What's happening with this? So other than just paying attention to it, we're at 12.6 tons right now. Yeah, we'll just pay better attention to it and see where we get to, and hopefully it will be increasing. The decor in this area you can see is already like way better. I think all my plastic is, yeah, all my plastic in the game is just sitting right here. Here's what we could do. We could set this to plastic. Let's set it to 1500. Yeah, it's pretty high priority. Just so we deliver roughly half of it over to my other base. You can see that we are getting a bit of steam. Hopefully, yeah, we should have enough. Hopefully, it doesn't push over and escape Hopefully it just stays where it's at. I think it will. I think we have enough thermal capacity in here that will transition the temperature well enough. And now my normal duplicates are the ones that are bored sitting around not doing anything. I want to dig out this area. I gotta deal with salt water though. Ideally, if I just drop it down my main ladder shaft, it'll just combine with this. Some of it will be easy. Well, kind of. Pull this out here. Can we do that with all water? Wait. I still got it. Yeah, the security doors, you can't deconstruct them until you submit a bioscan, and you can't submit a bioscan unless a dupe can stand on the tile right adjacent to it. So I had to build a ladder in order to probably submit a bioscan, then pay finally gets earned, and then once you open it, then you can deconstruct it. So just a nice little note there. Let's deconstruct this stuff. What I'm doing now is essentially creating pathways where I can dig out and push, like, have the water cascade to the right and fall down here. That's what I'm doing right now. So that's things. Three tiles. So, at the end of the day, all the water will either fall down here, or we'll be able to mop it up. There'll be such small amounts left. So, falling right down into saltwater geyser. Polluted water is doing its thing. Oh my god, it's still got 70 seconds. We're gonna have so much polluted water over here. It's great. Get this built yet? Yeah. We need... Oh, just 2 more. Easy. Let's get that a higher priority. I really want to get this room done and closed up. I do not want it to spew steam everywhere for sure. That would be annoying. We can see our chlorine is again becoming a problem. This pump stopped working because these gas tanks are full. So what I'm gonna do is I need to get it up and over to here. Which is not the most convenient in the world, to be honest. So let's do something like that. And then I'll just reverse the flow of these. So I'll put like that. I'll empty these tanks, get the pump working again. Steel. Okay. Yeah, we're constantly running out of power here. The metal refinery is taking 1200 watts. It's only producing 400, so got to run on the wheel for a while just to get enough power to run the metal refinery. We're trying to work on power here. I would be building out the bedrooms right now, but we are behind on labor. Jeez, it's warming up here faster than I was thinking it was going to. We really need to get this cooling loop online. None of this down here is built yet. Yeah. Panics are just too busy either ranching or generating power. That's where I'm betting probably 80% of all the bionic duplicate time goes. Okay, now that we have these set up, okay, I have plastic over here. I wanted that plastic for some reason. Probably beds. I think beds are expensive. 200 a piece. Are my dupes worth it? Are my dupes worth it? 2, 4, 6, 8, recycle all my plastic. Well, all my plastic that is right here. And I think this should give us a luxury barracks. Oh no, we need a decor building. But not a private bedroom. Private bedroom requires like drywall in place. For decor item, I think I'm just gonna do plants for now. Digging. Dig this out. Debating dropping this one left, just like flooding this area. I can essentially deconstruct this entire area and just get back a bunch of resources. This cooling loop isn't really doing anything anymore. I mean, keeping it consistent 30 degrees, which is nice, but yeah, other than that, not really doing much for us. Brian has 12.8 tons, so we went up 500 kilograms. Steel, we have 1200 also. Let's do this real quick. I hate micromanaging priorities, but yeah, frankly, these items won't get built unless I prioritize them. You can see this heavy watt wire we've had here for a little bit now, and yeah, they still haven't gotten around to it. Pretty soon, I mean, this water is almost already boiling, so we just have to put a few more batches of steel through, and then this will be a steam room, and we'll be generating some power from the steam turbine. The issue with that, though, is when you're doing that, you're putting a lot of heat into the environment as well, so very quickly after that, we're going to have to get this cooling loop up and running as well to keep our base, 30 degrees or so, and that's going to require a lot of building actions that our bionics don't like doing because they're busy with other stuff. I'm debating draining these as well right now, but I just kind of don't need that much area, funny enough, so I'm gonna leave it alone for now. Great Hall, these should both be Great Halls, yeah. Oh, banquet hall's better. Do I have those tables? I do. Oh, it requires wood, though. I don't have wood. I did have those flaxes up here. Wait, somewhere. Right, flaxes. And I do have pike apple seeds. Pike apple bushes just require dirt. They're not... Oh no, sorry, phosphorite. And I do have a lot of phosphorite. So I could definitely also set up a flax farm to get wood. And then I can also put that wood through an ethanol distiller and get ethanol and use that for power production, which would probably be just a solid idea in general. So that is definitely going to be a future project for sure. Funny enough, I'm kind of looking for a bionic duplicate right now because we're so behind on labor. It'd be nice to have another, more manpower. Although with more manpower, it's just more power generation that we require. 13.2 tons, yeah, up another 400 kilograms. That's nice. There's also a tartlet already in here, waiting to be eaten. Built. Let's make sure we have all of the plumbing in place, automation, power. Okay. Just make sure once I shut this down that we don't need to get back in here. construction speed of Gizmo. He's killing it. What is his construction speed? That is, oh, 0. Yeah, that makes sense. It's like, that's real rough. That took a while. Okay, let's get this shut down. Or shut. Breath. Sir. Concerns for breathability. I don't know. We're doing okay. I mean, yeah, it's not fantastic. I'm not gonna claim otherwise, but it's pretty alright. Alright, can we mop all this stuff? Can. Some of it. Once we get all this mopped up, we are still actually losing atmosphere to space. I'm not concerned about it. It's such a little amount. I mean, I could definitely just put a block here or something, but it's still too much. But it's actually kind of nice because hydrogen will escape. Any hydrogen that's you know, hanging around here, for instance, will be able to escape out. What's this temperature looking like? 30. That's fine. Our oxygen is slowly warming up. Not a concern right now, but it will be as the game goes later. Around you know, 200 cycles, especially when new players are getting into industry proper. So metal refinement, you know, a lot more power, higher power requirements. The biggest issue actually starts to become heat management. And if you are not aware of how to manage heat properly, this is, you know, this starts to become the time period where like new players will have their colonies essentially die to heat death. Everything will heat up too much, their crops will start dying, they're not able to cool stuff down, you know, fast enough, their crops die, they start running out of food, and then dupes start starving to death, you know, that type of stuff. So I've been essentially slowly working towards it for like the past 70 cycles or so, starting to manage heat. On the left side, we're actually getting pretty warm pretty quick, and I just created a quick and dirty steam room with a gold amalgam thermoalcohol tuner. Like, this is a bad solution, but it also helped me quite a bit. I cooled down my base, I don't know, 15 degrees or so, probably more than that even. This whole area cooled down, whereas if I didn't do that, we would have been probably 40-45 degrees by now, and 40-45 degrees, all my sweat corn would be dying. And obviously this is my food source, so if I didn't have a food source, I would be dying. You can see in the top left, like, it's a bit misconstrued because we're getting Avagro figs from over here that's showing up on our food totals, even though they can't access it. But yeah, veggie poppers are our main food source right now. So okay, alrighty. Beds are slowly coming in. These are just barracks at this point. They're gonna actually plant seeds. Just do that real quick. Once I get these improved bedrooms, I'll just deconstruct these beds and they'll go ahead and move in. Just continue mopping, and then I'll dig all this out. So now that the rosebud was planted, these are now considered luxury barracks to get a nice little +2 morale. Now I'm going to work on just gotta be careful with that. If you're issuing deconstruct commands across a lot of the base, it's usually good just like buildings, so that I can just deconstruct all the beds. But like the piping on the left hand side will not be deconstructed with that command. So that's good. I do eventually want to move the bathrooms as well. The bathrooms are actually in a pretty, like, this is how I'll design a bathroom even if I move them up farther. All that I'd really do differently is add some drywall and probably a few statues, like a large sculpting block. I don't have a masterworks decorator right now. I should probably work on getting one. What do I have that has low morale? Oh geez, Cola, I need to skill you up. So you're a rancher. So we don't have a lot of farms here, so I'm gonna put you in crop tending and ranching, and then I think I'm gonna have you be my decorator as well. Let me just make sure no one else makes more sense. Nope. So you're gonna be my decorator as well. So put on your hat. And let me make sure Nicola is set up as such. Nicola, you're operating ranching, farming ranching, decorating. Alright, now we can. Let's just large sculpting blocks give +10 decor and 8 tiles. Once they're carved, this will increase. And similarly to floor tiles, as I was saying, if you use something like granite, you can get a +20% decor bonus. I don't think any other material gives. I mean, ceramic does, but ceramic is expensive. Like it's a valuable material, so I was just gonna use granite. What was I doing with this? Oh, bathrooms. Do I want a space for another shower or sink? Minimally, I'm putting 2 there. And then for the bedrooms, every bedroom can get a sculpting block as well. Be enjoying life. I'm actually gonna put one here and here as well. And just put a nice little tile underneath. The decor is really gonna start looking nice after this. It'll be all green. I got a lot mopped up. Ew, bleach zone. Can that stop off gassing? I'm trying to think of the best way to dig this out without building a bunch of ladders everywhere. I'm gonna dig probably all the way over to there and just core out this entire area. Building, farming, building. I'm just gonna put that sink. This is actually overkill for my colony. I mentioned this like 3 VODs ago, but I have many schedules set up. So like Nicola is on a schedule all alone. It's the same with my bionic duplicates. Yeah, I'll double up obviously as my, as the number of duplicates grows. But if you only put a couple on each schedule, you'll only have like 2 dupes going to the bathroom at a time. So you don't need to support 6 dupes going to the bathroom all at the same time, just 2 at a time. So that's one of the really nice things about separating your schedules and offsetting the downtime, bedtime, and bath time, is you don't have that mad rush all at once. So you can kind of get by with less facilities, fewer facilities, and still satisfy all of the needs of the duplicates. Everybody should have started moving into their new luxury barracks. Where's Nicola? Well, he's sleeping right now, but once he wakes up the next day, we'll start getting to sculpting these artworks. So right now, you see the plus 12 decor within 8 tiles. As soon as they're sculpted, that will increase quite a bit. Temperature check, we're negative 18 up here, negative 19 up here. This used to be, negative 25, so we are warming up. You can actually check in the temperature overlay, you can check what buildings are actually producing heat as well. It's not a lot of heat, so 625 DTU, which isn't a lot, but it is heat. It all adds up. That's like the slow heat death of the colonies. So something you will want to pay attention to. And probably the majority of the heat's actually coming from down here, right? It's bleeding up through here and into, if I check this tile right here, it's negative 9.6 chlorine gas, that is, and negative 15, and then so we're bleeding heat up into this biome, and consequently cold down into this biome. We don't care about the cold. The cold is fine, but the heat bleeding up is, if left unchecked, our farms would start overheating. I mean, we'll probably have 100 cycles before that point, but things to keep track of. Sure, no power for that heater. I'm fine with that. I can put probably my plastic press back. Actually, I'm not gonna do that. I will eventually, but not right now. All right, I want to start centralizing my power grid, and I almost want to move all of this up here, essentially, and have it fall down into my liquid tank right here, let's say, and that way I'll have brine ice, I'll have polluted water, all falling into the same spot, so that whenever I need water, I can just have a water pump pick it up and put it through a desalinator and water sieve, and then get the clean water back out. I'm gonna have to do that slowly, though. I can't do all that at once. Oh, are these guys cramped again? 7 critters in here. What's wrong with that? Oh wait, these guys are fine. Huh. I don't know why they were cramped for a minute there. What I really need from a bionic duplicate is probably another rancher, really. There's 25 critters here, there's 7 more here, all of the lullabying and everything like that. There's just so many ranching operations. Oh, and let's not even talk about the lums down here. There's just so many ranching operations going on in this colony that I really need. Man, this naturally planted opacro seeds grow really slow, huh? I mean, we knew that was the case. I'm just kind of surprised at how slow it is. Okay, pumps. Go up. Alright, now they're feeding over and up. Okay. Okay, that'll take forever to drain, but we're not in a hurry. It can take forever to drain. We're fine with that. Bedrooms, barracks. I can destroy all this. Because this is, I mean, these are both great halls, I suppose, but we don't need to maintain 2. We can start reclaiming resources. Why are they not building this ahead of us? More priority. We are going to get some bleach stone that we're digging out here and there. And gotta get rid of that water too. I think I'm actually going to dump it over here for the explicit purpose of when I do open up the steam room, it'll help normalize the temperature. When I say normalize isn't the right word, it'll help combat the temperature. So I'm gonna do that, dig that out, fall down. Okay. And I would skill up my bionics a little bit more, but the morale is really low. Like, complex processing would be really nice, get 2 more booster slots. You know, I could put something like a construction suit training. +5 construction just for any dupe, it's gonna be nice, and then suit training +5 athletics is obviously super nice. But I don't have the morale to really support it. I have a washroom, which is nice. I have barracks, which are nice. What I really need is, I mean, a nature reserve would be fantastic. But when they exchange their batteries, they're just exchanging them chilling right here, right next to the power bank charger, which is nice because they can exchange them real quick. But if you have I think it's a rec room. The rec room doesn't give any morale increase, but what you can do is have something like have the rec room to the right, like use this area for instance. If your rec room is to the right over here, you can have a Great Hall over here. Even though bionic duplicates don't eat in a Great Hall, they'll still get the bonus when they pass through to go to the recreation room. So that's probably what I'll do. See how small I can create probably a banquet hall. So just 32 tiles. So have a 32 tile. Oops. 32 tile banquet hall, and then have the rec room over here. And then what I'd have is a system to pick up the discharged batteries, bring them down to my power, my power station, which is all the way down here for now, charge them back up, and then take the charged batteries and move them back to the banquet hall. So essentially, the bionics will go to the banquet hall, eat a bunch of batteries, their dead batteries will be taken away and charged, and then the charged batteries will be taken back. So it'll be like a one-stop shop. It'll be a nice, highly decorated area. I might do it over here as well. It doesn't really matter where I do it. I just have to make sure I have enough tiles, which I don't think I do. Enough space, rather. Oh yeah, I do. Rec room only needs to be 12, so yeah, I could even do it over here as well. A lot of options. I'm still planning on having, similar to the left side, where I'm planning a nature reserve right here. I'm planning the same thing over here, along with the 10 bedrooms. So it's still being worked on. The bionics are just so behind on tasks, so like building anything is taking too long. Selected. I guess I could just ignore it until I get it all dropped down, and then with that master decorator that I just skilled up, Nicola, I think I can excavate, require decorating, or digging. Okay, so Nicola can do this. But when you extract a fossil, you get a bunch of, fossil from it, which can be crushed for lime, for 5 lime, and a bunch of sedimentary rock. Really nice. Now that these are carved, it gives a plus 30 decor within 8 tile radius. So 8 tiles is a long way as well. So you can see the statue is like lit up. So 8 range is all the way to this doorway right here, which is huge. And you can actually see it all the way over here. You can see just like the huge amount of decor that you're getting out of it. So very nice, very nice. All they're doing is running on wheels. That's all they know how to do. That's his life. Bunch of people sleeping. How's our Pete doing? 100 kilograms. 100 kilograms. Absolutely nothing. But the generators are full, so at least, yeah, we're 9.3 kilograms of Pete. Definitely not increasing here. Brine Ice is increasing, not very quick, but it is increasing. That is what we're looking for. I think almost, well, it's not like our regular duplicates have a bunch of spare time or anything. I was thinking about moving this system over to the left-hand side and getting the rat bolts. No bionic. I can't believe that Jawbo ate all of our pockets. Ah, what a fatty. Feeds on Paku's produced rust, so we probably have some rust down here. not that we really want rust at all. I mean, rust is nice. It can be refined into iron. So Jawbos are a sustainable source of iron. Cool enough, but that's not what we care about. Not right now. It's a later game thing. I was gonna refine more steel, but I don't have a particular like immediate need for it. No. Where did my crude oil go? Stone down here. Yeah, I have a storage container, bleach stone, sure. I'm thinking what happened is I had conveyors picking up and transferring bleach stone to this area so they'd quit off gassing. I think what happened is the crude oil, when the bleach stone was passing through the crude oil, it off-gassed and it pushed the crude oil away. That's depressing. Did it go all the way down here? No, it did not. Where did that go? Alright. How cold can it get? -8, that's too warm. Too warm for us. I really need naphtha, don't I? Naphtha would solve a lot of our issues. Hey, we finally have a pitcher pump, that's something. Finally dug out this area, that's something. So I'm gonna... There's igneous rocket. I need to get this done. I need naphtha like 4 years ago. Uh-oh, it was overheating. I saw something overheat. Oh, it's probably this, right? Yeah, for sure it's this. Okay, well, that's fine. We don't care about you too much anymore. You did a good job while you lasted, but you've about served out your usefulness. Okay, plastic. We have not a lot, but enough. That's all we need. We don't need a lot. Okay, they're finally getting around to this. It took us, I don't know, 40 cycles to build this. Okay, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna take a temp shift plate, we're gonna build this out of plastic. And as I showed above, temp shift plates equalize temperature around all 9 tiles all the way around. Sorry, all 8 tiles all the way around. The 9th tile being obviously the temp shift plate itself. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna build a plastic temp shift plate right in this corner. And it's going to exchange temperature with this very hot igneous rock here, this 1100 degree igneous rock. And what's going to happen is it's going to heat up the temperature plate very quickly. And plastic, really? Why am I getting so many results? If I could spell, that'd be nice. Plastic, it's going to melt at 159 degrees. And we're going to get liquid naphtha out. The nice thing about this, doing it in this fashion, is as soon as the temperature plate extracts enough temperature to phase change from the solid into liquid, the liquid's going to drop down. And as soon as the liquid drops down, it stops transferring thermals. So the end result is going to be, we're going to have about 160 degree naphtha sitting here, which, yes, it's very warm liquid, don't get me wrong, but naphtha is amazing. It has a very large thermal range, -50 to 538, and the specific heat capacity is pretty decent. It's not high, I'm not going to say it's high. Water, for example, is like 4.3. The thermal conductivity is quite low, which is pretty much the drawback of this. You know, plastic's not a great thermal conductor, right? But really the only thing we're going to use it for is not the only thing, we're going to use it for many things, but one of the things we're going to use it for is liquid lock right here. Because I lost that liquid lock, you see all the dartlets running all over the place, and these are all dartlets that could be in our pen getting eaten for water. So I'm quite annoyed that this broke. We are going to get it back in place. I'm also probably going to have to prioritize this. I generally don't like prioritizing individual tasks like that, but I mean, sometimes you need to, right? There's no getting around it. We just have like blobs of chlorine sitting around as well. It's all leaking out from up here. I'm trying to think of a way I could kind of solve this issue. So that was very quick, but as soon as the temp shift plate was created, it transferred heat, transferred about 50 C out of here, and immediately created a nice little pool of naphtha. Now what we're going to do up here is take that liquid naphtha and create a liquid lock. It is hot, so I only want to put a very small amount here. I don't want to inject a bunch of heat, so we're going to kind of follow chip actually. Just want a very, very, very small amount. Look how slow ladders are. These poor guys taking forever. Okay, slow this down because I'm quite serious about that statement. I think that's all I even want. I don't even want more than that. And then we're gonna take this naphtha and relocate it to an area that I care less about heat. Sure, I'm gonna also make that our priority. Yeah, you can already see the heat. these starlets. So frustrating. They're everywhere. Like locusts. This. That priority. Relocate this here. And add this down there. So it's just slowly warming up our water. And the naphtha should be at cooldown. It did melt a little bit of brine ice you saw, but that's kind of what we expected, exchanging temperatures with the tiles around it. Alrighty, let's... Actually, tight on room here, huh? This is 24, 24. Yeah, tight on room. Well, we'll improvise. Centralizing power. How are we going to do this? For this cooling loop on the right hand side, this is going to be responsible for our base and industry. I'm going to just have it I'm just gonna have it be polluted water. Polluted water is very good at transferring heat. If you don't need a super large thermal range, which we want everything to be about 30 degrees, and that's perfect for polluted water. You could also use water, saltwater, brine. All of them work pretty similar. Polluted water is just a little bit better. It's one of those things like you're kind of splitting hairs, like, oh, well, is it even worth it? You know, blah, blah, blah. But yeah, I mean, it kind of is. If you have it, why not use it? Actually, now that I'm thinking about that, I do have this, actually. I was about to say, it's like, I don't actually have a lot of polluted water on this side of the map. I really don't. I mean, I think this is about our only pool of it. So I'm going to do digging. Righty. We are still not P positive in any real capacity. The liquid tanks are, or not liquid, the gas tanks are slowly emptying. Right. Fell the wrong way. It's not the biggest deal, because it's just falling down into our liquid tank down here, but all of this is getting wet. I didn't realize if any dupes are running across it or anything. This broke. That's fine. This water is pretty chilly, actually, comparatively to the rest of our base, I mean. Sleeping well. Alright, let's build those, it's fine. Oops. with bionics, you always have to be careful with water on the ground. You don't want them electrocuting themselves a bunch. That's actually a very big waste of power. So definitely want to pay attention to it. I have no power there now. Sure. I should have started from the bottom. Started down here. I'm probably gonna have instead of having the nature reserve all the way up and down, I'm probably just gonna have it right here. And these bedrooms will just have to go down the ladder before they can get to the nature reserve. And I need to continue digging. So everything mopped up. Bunch of water there. This thermal container is broken. Oh wait, no it's not. Okay, I just want to turn the system off. Still above. I don't want them wasting time. This whole system is defunct. Working on phasing it out. Nice, 15.2, very good. I am losing water here though. I don't have a system to melt the brine ice yet, so I still don't know if I'm net positive or negative on water, just because my Avagros are eating water. So I am happy it's going up, but I'm not, 100% on everything yet. The math says I should be positive, but yeah. Always cautious. Now that I have this liquid lock back, the dartlets are going to be trapped in here again. I mean, the Rexes will be eating them, but what I'm relying on is the incubators as well. The incubators will keep the dartlets safe so that they can be delivered to the Rex farm. I should probably have a delivery right now. It's immediately swarmed by Rexes. I'll try to eat it. Okay, hell, there's actually another one right here. Okay. Okay. I wish... Building's broken. Oh, the liquid pipe. As long as the liquid is still circling, I'm alright with that. This water, going through the aquituner got too cold. That's essentially what happened. Okay, digging. Sleeping. Okay. I'm gonna have quite a bit of amber, which is nice. Biotic, 500 kilograms of plastic, though. What I need is about 3 tons of steel, and then I can tap some geothermal. That'd be the next thing I'd wanna be doing. This one's warm enough to oh, never mind. It stops away. It's cold enough to liquidize chlorine. Okay. We should have plenty of enriched uranium when we get to like a point of geothermal, which is nice. Why do we do this? What is this, crude oil? Where did this crude oil come from? The the brine, I understand. Probably came from melting ice. Such small amount of crude oil traversed so far. Fell down here, fell left, right, all the way down. Just made a huge mess. Cramped. How many critters? Why do I have 12 critters in here? Oh, because I don't have the eggs done yet. Jeez. What is this? Nickel? Surely there's... Yeah, there's plenty of nickel over here. Okay, it's just... Well... Guess you're getting a priority, aren't you? We gotta get the eggs out of there because the critters are cramped. There you go. That wasn't so hard now, was it, Chip? Alright, now we have a lot of dartlets in here, so... good. Oh, it's funny that dartlet somehow got confined in a single mist shot there. Is there 2 of them there? I think so. It's funny. All of the spare meat and everything is put into this critter feeder, so like our Rexes should never be hungry, which is great. Just getting more brine ice that we need. 15.5. So we are slowly going up. We're probably getting 500 to 800 kilograms per cycle of brine ice. And I don't think we're using anywhere near that much water. I mean, the only thing we're using water on, like bathrooms for the sinks, the polluted water we get out is, I think it's sustainable actually. Yeah, uses 5 kilograms, get 5 kilograms out. So yeah, so the sinks are net neutral. So the only thing we're using water on, oh, same with carbon skimmer is net neutral. 1,000 kilograms in, 1,000 out, right? So the only thing we're actually losing water on are these abagros. So 90 times 6, so we're using 540 kilograms of water per cycle. So I think we're at least even, if not we are water positive for now. I do want to expand out these lump farms. We are constantly having issues with peat, and if we want to hire more bionics, we're going to need more peat for more power. And ideally, we increase our peat power production so that we don't have to run on all these wheels all over the place, right? Pretty much our entire power grid except recharging batteries and this random pump down here is just all dupe powered. So we want to get all the dupe labor out of here, just so they have a lot more time for tasks like building and ranching and stuff like that. So now that we have these conveyors built, we picked up all the eggs, so these dartlets or dartles are no longer cramped. So that is good. Look at all this chlorine. Look at it. It's disgusting. You know, the one positive is, yes, they get major eye irritation. Yes, that's annoying, but at least they don't have to breathe in the toxic environments. I don't want this puff either. Alright. Similarly, the ionic duplicates, their main power grid is also powered by dupe power. However, they're just using a lot less power in general, right? So it's yes, it's still a manual operation, but it's a lot less labor being used at that point. What I want to do now is, well, continue digging for one. Just construct as many as we can. And let's keep digging. What I'm gonna be doing kind of next is probably nice. I want to build a tile there because I don't want that melting. Or I mean, it can melt. I just don't want it falling into my base anywhere. Power connected. None of seem sure. Let's do 12. So definitely be boiling water. Depending on the skill of your operator, you can actually get more power out of a metal refinery than it costs to refine the materials. Just because steam turbines can output a maximum of 800 watts, 850 watts rather, depending on the input steam, the temperature of the input steam. Actually, do I want to do this now? Just because it's going to heat up this area, right? Yeah, I guess the steel's worth it. What's our feather fiber looking like? Yeah, we're getting more and more feather fiber. But what is your -3? Of course it is. Jeez. Echo is about the last person I want to be doing this operation right now. The longer the metal refinery is running, the more power it's consuming, right? So if you have somebody with a +20 machinery, it's going to take them, I don't know what the actual plus percent is, but say it's 50%, so it's going to consume half the power as a normal dupe. Yeah. Oh well. Oh well, I'm not gonna micromanage it that much. You know, who is doing the operating. The only thing I'm gonna do is set some operation priorities. That's pretty much all I want to do. I wish. Oh, I should probably do this. Under your priority tabs, there's something called enable proximity. So this will help prevent duplicates from running across the base to do similar operations. So it kind of helps them stay in a particular area to finish everything in that area. So it's a bit more labor. It reduces transit times. It's essentially, you know, at the end of the day, what it's doing. Our steam room is getting up to temperature. Getting some steel out. I do have to start thinking about the cooling for everything. I do want power transfer. This can be made out of pretty much anything I want. Maybe put one more over. It's actually kind of inconvenient where this is at right now. Well, make do. want to change whatever schedule we got going on right now. I dislike that we have so many bionic duplicates have downtime all at the same time. It's annoying. So who do we have? Gizmo Chip Echo? Gizmo Chip. Where's Echo? I wonder which chip it is. Oh, probably this one. I think it's the same offset. They are. Okay. Well, that'll do it. Let's swap that. There. Now it's not going to be the same. I'm fine with having 2 bionic duplicates on the same schedule. I'm fine with that, but having 3 is a bit excessive, guys. Mop, mop. We're finally digging this a little bit. That's cool. My original intention is to drop all this polluted water and some salt water as well down here and just kind of create a generic liquid tank. That's not fun. So pop that up. And just kind of wanted to go up through here. Alright, I'm going to take a quick break, use the restroom, grab a drink. I will be back in a few minutes after I check this printing pad. Ooh, lime. Sure, take the lime. Alright, I will be right back. And I'm back. How's this doing up here? Ooh, 185. I am glad this didn't break otherwise. Whoops. Need to do this. I can deconstruct that. I'm glad it's just the bridge and not the tile in here. Okay, yeah, getting a lot of power out of the steam turbine. Unfortunately, that also means you get a lot of heat. So, we really gotta get working on this cooling loop here. I am... Sure. One thing... using a liquid reservoir, you can do it before or after your thermal aqua tuner. It's not like the biggest issue, deal in the world. I'm going to use it after in this case, but what a liquid reservoir really does for you is it normalizes the temperature of your water. So say coming out of the thermal aqua tuner, let's say you're hovering between the temperature you have this thermal sensor set at, you could be getting blobs of liquid coming out at 16 degrees, 30 degrees, 16 degrees, 30 degrees, 16 degrees, 30 degrees. And instead of having that big variation, if you just feed it into a liquid reservoir, all of the liquid will be mixed together and you'll get a consistent temperature coming out of, say, 29 degrees or whatever it may be, right? So I don't need insulated pipes anymore. What material do I have around here? A lot of... I'm going to be building a lot of pipes, so I want to make sure I have a lot of material on hand. I swept so much of it up. What do we have? What do we have? Some sedimentary rock. And a bunch of shale. I think we're just going to go with shale. Another consideration is I'm using these for cooling. And if I just do a few different pipes, right? Again, I was showing this with radiant pipes earlier, but oh, I read completely over it. Along with liquid, as I was saying earlier, and coolant and blah blah blah, you have specific heat capacity and thermal conductivity. So since I'm building pipes all around my base, I'm gonna just have it snaking back and forth, trying to cool down everything. What we're really interested in is actually the thermal conductivity of the regular pipes. That way it'll bleed the cool of the liquid into the environment. So what is the shale? It's 1.8, granite's 3.4, sedimentary rock's 2. I accidentally built 2 of sedimentary rock. Let's just do igneous for example. Igneous is 2 as well. So building your snaking cooling pipe out of granite is going to definitely have the best thermal conductivity as far as transferring the cool into your base. But any regular pipe will work. It just might take a little bit longer to get there. So I have plenty of granite. I don't know where it's at though. I feel like a lot of my granite's going to be over here, to be completely honest, because I've been digging up large portions of this biome, which is where a lot of granite's going to be coming from. So what I want to do is actually just create a centralized location for granite, and just store a bunch of granite here. It'll speed up the construction of this project, since the dupe will just have to go to the storage bin to grab 100 kilograms of granite and then run around and build a bunch of pipes. So let's do this. First of all, you can do that and make sure they have access to granite, which they do. I'm betting it's probably going to be over here, or in this area. different types of minerals are specific to different biomes. So it's probably going to be in here. I probably have some over here. I probably have some. I probably had a reasonable amount. Yeah, I mean, it's just 3.6 tons, so that's not an insane amount, but yeah, I do have some over there as well. That was swept up previously. I don't have actually a lot of access to granite. Pretty much this biome on this wall was where I was getting my granite from. Whereas over here, I have all these 3 biomes. I had this biome up here, snaking all the way here. So I had a lot more, it seems to be the theme of this playthrough is I had a lot more granite on the left side of the plate, of the planet than the right side. Annoyed is probably too strong of a word, but I do wish my printing pod was in the exact center of the planetoid. Would have just made life a little bit easier, although I still think both water guys would have been on the left hand side, just eyeballing it real quick. But whatever. Through 7 tons, okay, good. I'm gonna start trying to figure out this piping. I'm gonna do it out of granite, as I mentioned. So it's gonna go into there and then come out. I'm gonna go through floors, essentially. And I'm not gonna make I'm not gonna do my entire base right now. I'm just gonna do the immediate area of interest. So it is gonna be a bit weird. I'm gonna have to bridge over, but that's alright. So it's just gonna be a small cooling loop for now. I'm not gonna go crazy. I do need a ladder down here, so I can build the rest of the pipes over here. That way, this 80-degree steam turbine, which is great because I'm keeping my batteries charged. I'm actually wasting power right now. If I cut this, I'm gonna waste power. I'd have to get a automation wire up to this steam turbine, which is I wish I did that. I wish I had a thermo sensor in here. Thermo sensor. I wish I had a thermo sensor somewhere in here. I don't even care where. So I could track the temperature of the steam inside. That way I could use this as a thermal battery. I could have 2 automation signals to my steam turbines. One from my smart battery saying, do I have enough power? If I do, turn these off. And then have a thermal sensor in here if the temperature is above, say, 180, which is getting warm, like too warm, I don't want it that hot necessarily, then I could also turn on the steam turbines as well, which I'd be quote-unquote wasting power at that point, but I would need to be wasting power because I have an excess power in stored heat. So I am sad I forgot about that. Oh well. Wasting power, yeah, like we were never short on power in this colony, right? What I'm working on is, like I said, this is all going to be my industry. I'm working on probably dropping this water tank a little bit lower. I do kind of want to straighten out this side, just kind of go straight down here. I think that's what I might start doing as well. I care less about this cold biome at this point, so I'm just gonna start digging. Actually, let's keep that floor for now, so I don't get trapped or something. Okay, let's stop delivering here. I saw dupes were still delivering here when I had all the resources I could possibly want. Conveniently, this whole storage box will help building these granite carpet tiles as well. They won't have to travel as far for granite when they are building these. Jeez, my building is spot on, huh? Okay, let's get all this lower priority. I want my cooling loop to be priority here. And to, oh, my brain, to pre-populate the cooling loop. I have the pitcher pump done. I did that a minute ago, so I have access to plenty of polluted water. I'm going to just hand deliver the polluted water and get the cooling loop sorted. Really, you can't do that, dang it. I deconstructed the ladders too soon. Okay. Now let's continue digging. Scalding. Oh. Yeah. Steam turbine's hot. I get it. I want to start deconstructing all this. How many power wires? Yeah, we get it. Steam turbine's hot. That is what my cooling loop is for. The steam is cooling down to, it's down to 140, so the steam turbine is creating less heat now. So it should become less and less of an issue. I do need triage cots. Did I already have them? Over here? I guess I don't. Let's get a couple up on both sides, just in case. Cooling loop is about send green signal if above 30 degrees. I wish somebody would repair this bridge. I don't like seeing the damage signal or symbol rather. Alright, let's get this polluted water. Polluted water, enable 7. Just wait. One last pipe to be built. Come on, guys. Last pipe. Quit slacking on it. Chip. Naturally, you're running. Go do that. Building broken, yeah. This whole mess of a system. Alright, start these now. And continue digging. Now the liquid's traveling around. I am gonna make sure I fill up the liquid reservoir quite a bit because I want to, as I expand this cooling loop, I don't want to always continually add water to it, right? I shouldn't really need to. One nice thing is this water I'm gathering is nice, cool, 8C. So my thermal aqua tuner doesn't have to do any work to cool it down or anything. So that's nice. I get a lot of free cooling. You can already see like the temperature change going on pretty much immediately. This left thermometer tuner, I'm just gonna be going straight up. It's gonna be a pretty small loop. It's just pretty much gonna be cooling this area, and it's got to be negative. I need it negative. What is brine ice? It needs to be cold. Brine ice. Negative 20 C or so up here. So that's gonna be a cold one. I don't have to do it yet, but it will be coming. Okay. Alright, they're digging. I do want to get this nature reservoir up and going. I built insulated tiles, so I'll stop having so much cold leak in. They're digging slowly. A lot of nasty gas that I'm kind of releasing a little bit at a time. They're gonna trap themselves, aren't they? Just deconstruct ladders and they'll fall out. So we have 200 coming in here. So, yeah. So we see like these different blobs of water. So this is like 7C, it's 12C. But when it falls into the liquid tank, everything coming out is gonna be right around 11C, varying a little bit, obviously, because when the different temperature water comes in, it does change the temperature a little bit. But as we get more mass in here, it's going to change it. The temperature is just going to be more stable. Hunting pod, grilling. Chip, you're about as bad as you could be. These are all the stats. I don't need to cook anything. I want my bionics to be fast. Decrease agriculture. I don't mind. That's fine. But geez, the positives are just not there. More chlorine. Oh geez, just so much chlorine. So much chlorine. Okay. So I'm gonna need four natural tiles over here to create the nature reservoir. Can deconstruct all this and dig this out. Okay. Alright, can do more now that this area is cooled down. What I should actually do is have radiant pipes up here. This area is going to be generating a lot of heat, so I do want to make sure at least where the steam turbines are going to be, to make sure I have radiant pipes to cool everything down faster. And then I can, 1200. Steel is always nice. And what I want to do, I want to start moving all of my industry up here. I wish I had more over there. But I also, for at least the time being, I am going to need manual generator backups, just in case. So how can I do this where I only run on these when I have low power? I essentially want to use every other power source first, and then if the other power sources are not sufficient, then we can start running. Alright, about time I'm done with this. I am dropping water here as well. But one good thing is I always have water coming from the polluted water bin. So if I ever need to refill this, I can just pull off the freshwater line over here and just dump it in here. So I'm not concerned about this tank decreasing. This tank decreasing, however, is a concern, and I do have to pay attention to it. So, okay. Yeah, we still want a lot more water there, so we dumped off water for a while. But now that we have radiant pipes, we see how much faster this cools down. Alright, let's do... We have a bit of iron, quite a bit of refined carbon, not that much lime. So now we can start, since we have this properly set up, we can start doing big numbers now. I do want, I guess, the aqua tuners on this this as well, but I do want, where the hell all this come from? Right here. And it's just a bit warm here. What, like negative 20? You can see this area is a little bit warmer. The animals produce a bit of heat. We have some heat coming up, you know, through here. It's just all the little sources of heat is slowly heating up this area, and that's why it's like overflowing, falling down here. So let's get that mopped up. And it's getting built slowly. We're eventually just going to be digging a lot of this out. So, or I guess, yeah, I'm gonna have to dig through here. Let's cancel these for now. Alright. Now, even though we're drawing 1200 watts from the metal refinery, we're actually only decreasing power by little amounts just because we're getting supplemented by the steam turbine over here, which is nice. Eventually, this thermal aqua tuner is going to have to turn on as well because the polluted water is just going to warm up, right? It's pulling heat out, so 15 to 16.8, so not a huge amount, but it's some. So eventually it's going to have to turn on as well, and that's when we're going to have a pretty big power draw because of it. Let's deconstruct all that. Look how slow they are at building, just because they have so many other things to do. I mean, and we're running out of power and stuff, so yeah, they're having a rough go of it right now. We're kind of at a power deficit going on a little bit, so they're just constantly trying to keep up. Thankfully, our power bank, like our peat power banks down here are barely sufficient. We definitely don't have an excess of power, you know, I'm not going to claim something like that, but we also aren't hugely behind. I actually cannot have 3 in here. I can only have 2 in here for sure. I'm just going to kill one off. I know I can't support 3. Let's set these at 90. Oh, that would be a 90. And I also want the priority to be very high on these. Essentially, if you're injured, go lay down. Can't copy settings here. It's strange. Okay. I need to get back on research. Critter condo would be nice to have. Something like a mini gas pump would be nice to have. Solid control, nice to have. Nothing vital, like arrow pot would be nice to have. That's great for decor. Yeah, nothing. Like I said, nothing that's a strict requirement for a sustainable colony, but they're really very much convenient items to have. Let's create some more bright shift plates. Sorry, it looks very hot. It's not actually that hot, I promise you. Okay. I do wish I could tell what they got their wounds from. It was probably mopping water. It's usually the right answer. It's like the only answer. Okay. I wish they were faster. The bionics, that is, were faster doing stuff. Why are you hand delivering bleach stone? Why did he just do that? I mean, I guess these have no power, so I guess the auto swoop didn't pick it up in time. And this is probably on a pretty high priority. Yeah. Let's turn that back down. Crew starvation. Oops. Huh, I'm surprised these guys are starving. One thing I could do is plant a couple of mimikas. Mimikas will pollinate their Avagros and increase their growing rate by 25%. So that'll help alleviate, or not alleviate, it'll help the growth speed of Avagros, so we'll have more food available. So let's do that. But then again, it's just one more task for dupes to go deliver to. So that's not ideal either. Oh, a bunch of ice must have just melted over here. Hey, I'll take water. Never complain. Come on, go heal, guys. I don't know why dupes are so adverse to healing. Okay, let's dig. Dig. I'm not even sure I have a mechatronics engineer for the normal dupes. Think you require peach growth? Yeah. Yeah. We'll see if there's a mechatronics engineer pretty quickly. No, I'm gonna need one more. I don't think I'm gonna do one more. I think I'm gonna get lazy with it. It's worth doing, right? Okay. So I'm going to have. Oops. I can't do this. Oops. So I'll just have them deliver. So I'm gonna spit out all the peat down here, and then these auto sweepers will pick up the peat and deliver it to these planter boxes. Just anything you can do to automate tasks away from dupes, it's gonna be beneficial. I'm gonna cheat a little bit. Not really cheat. I'm using creative use of resources, right? We'll need to make sure I get this out there. Alright, that's stuff for them to do. Bionic. Digging. Let's decrease decrease athletics. It's painful. I cannot stomach taking that trait. Polluted water is getting pretty full. How's this tank doing? We have plenty more though. I'm gonna pretty much fill up this liquid reservoir. We're at negative 15. Oh, we're actually cooling down. That's interesting. Alrighty. Oh, I miscounted. Whoops. I thought that was four above. It's 5 above though. From ladder tiles, you can dig 4 above. So 4 above and 3 below. I miscounted, so I had a 5th. No big deal. We'll just build a few ladders. We need a ladder here. Alright, we'll dig. Alright. I haven't even built these temp shift plates yet. It's just how long it takes my dupes to do everything. It's crazy. Okay, maybe I stop doing this. Maybe I stop. It is time consuming. 1200 watts is a lot of power. Still no backup of peat or anything of the such. Not that that's particularly surprising to me, but it's something I'm keeping an eye on. Very nice, 15 tons, just because we grabbed a crap load to build these temp shift plates. Still haven't gotten around to building this, right? Even our normal duplicates, like something as simple as building a ladder and digging a few tiles out, you know, it's taking time. But we're gonna be doing something similar over here, since they'll need, my normal duplicates will also need access to a pretty extensive refining capabilities, especially once I start getting to space and getting a rocketry program. It's going to require quite a lot of materials to do that. Alright, I'm pretty sure Chip is my only mechatronics engineer. So, who was my normal duplicant? Who is going to be my mechatronics engineer? Was it Nicole? It was Nicola, and I put him in masterwork decorating instead. Oof, that is a bit unfortunate. I'm gonna have to scrub him. Skill scrub. Bit unfortunate. It's kind of a waste of time, waste of power. But yeah, we need a mechatronics engineer. Let's actually just get that going. And for Nicola, farming, ranching, decorating, operating. You're just gonna be doing everything apparently. That was actually incorrect. I wanted him building. He's getting skill scrubbed, shaking all up. Now we have all this area to work. It's much less of an immediate concern, but eventually we're going to need a cooling loop for our normal duplicates as well. I mean, we kind of had a makeshift one over here, and it actually did a lot of work cooling down our sweatcorns. But yeah, I want to. This system was really bad. I'm disappointed I made something like this. But it will. I actually need to. I kind of want to. Well, I have stuff off-gassing. I don't want off-gassing. I have enough chlorine issues. I don't need to create more. Okay. Now we're gonna close this up. I'm gonna close up over here. I'm making this shaft be a room so that I can well, move a pip to it and then put some seeds and get a nature reserve going on. That's what I'm doing here. That's what I'll eventually be doing over here, but it's taking some time. Clear starvation, Dartle. But you have dew drippers right there. Oh. That's annoying. I didn't see that. We're feeding water to the Savagro that I have no intention of growing. Aw, oh, man, that can't reach. Right, we don't have many Mimika buds, but we're gonna put a couple here. I'm surprised we only had 2. I thought for sure we'd have more than that. Okay, Nicola got skill scrubbed. I already have a farmer, so I'm less concerned about that. I just want to keep his morale requirement reasonable. I don't want to go crazy. So I'm going to actually remove, oh, no, not building, farming and ranching, and he can be operating building. I want him doing building first though, and then he can operate after. Just because he's the only one who is able to build auto sweepers and conveyor loaders and stuff like that. So I definitely want that to be his priority. I didn't even remember I had a sweep here. Whoops. Okay, building's happening. How's this digging going? Yeah, slow. Very slow, I figured. I didn't expect this to be quick or anything. Actually, I want that to be the last tile dugout, or else they'll do it from the top and be standing in water the entire time. So forgot I was building a storage bin already. I want this peat. Oh boy. Peat. All eggs. Jeez, I'm just crushing it right now. All eggs and all edibles, sure. Edible is gonna be stuff like the tough meat that they drop and stuff like that. So it'll all be dropped down here. That way, it'll prevent one more dupe operation of delivering peat to all these plants down here. There's dirt as well. Sure, I'll pick up dirt. Because dirt can be fed to the mimica buds as well, so we'll get quite a bit out of that. Of reduced dupe labor. It is going to consume a lot more power, but the auto sweepers and conveyor loaders don't run all the time, so once they get caught up, sweep up that bleach zone. Once they get all caught up, then it'll be less of a power intensive operation. Good, they all healed up, they all was fine. Okay. Look at all the dartlets. Dartles. Crazy. Megaphorons still aren't even close to eating that much chlorine. Another thing that might help a little bit is if I put oxygen generation here, it will pressurize this outside area and hopefully push the chlorine more to the right. And just kind of prevent it from falling out below. That's my hope, at least. I don't think it's going to work exactly that well, but I'm giving it a try. It's my fault. Okay, excellent. So I got a room. Room is 86 tiles. I need seeds. What do I want though? Just like rosebud. How many everything do I have? Yeah, just rosebud is definitely my most common plant. The reason I'm using rosebud is temperature range. It's up to 40 degrees, which is pretty good. Mirth leaf is a bit better, up to 50, but like Bluffbriar and Mellow Mallow are 10 to 30s, which are pretty small. So let's just get rosebuds up here, and then I'll also need my pip. I'm gonna have to try to relocate it twice, which is gonna be hard because he's gonna run away out of this room. We'll try. Let's actually get that a priority. This poke shell is smacking our dupes. That's where we're getting some injuries from. I definitely want that poke shell moved. It is annoying. Do I just kill it? Do I have other poke shells around? Yeah, I have other poke shells around the map. I'm just gonna kill it. Come on, where's my pip, guys? Yeah, Gizmo, hurry up. Yeah, all my Mimika buds have been planted by this pip over here. that's really what's happening. Is that's why I don't have any for over here. And let's relocate it here with priority, because I bet it's gonna immediately try to run out to the right. Hey, let's do it. That's your only errand right now. Only errand. Thank you. That wasn't so hard, was it? Okay. Now let's get some plants in here. And this pip can start planting plants. That'll be great. Only one, really? How many seeds are here? 3? 4? Okay, that's all we need. There is a mod I have. It doesn't affect the gameplay at all, but it is really convenient. Pip to naturally plant a plant. There's like a bunch of rules, like 7 tiles up, 8 tiles right, 3 tiles, like 4. There are a bunch of rules. You can definitely look it up, a guide online. But getting this pip planting overlay mod is just convenient. It doesn't affect the gameplay at all, but it does show you where pips can plant, where they can't plant. So green squares are good. The pip can plant up here. It can also plant right here if I had a hanging plant. Rosebuds have to be planted down in the soil, so it can only be planted here. Anyway, so the pip can plant here, but it cannot plant here because there are too many plants in the range. You can see all the red highlighted plants. So they are actually preventing the pip from planting here. So I'm gonna actually have to temporarily just uproot a few of these. Wait for the pip to finish planting, and then put them back in the hanging baskets. We could watch. Eventually the pip will pick up a seed and plant it. It can take a minute though, so I'm not gonna sit there and hover. We'll come back and we'll see that they have them planted eventually. Keep digging. I need to start thinking about what my industry is gonna look like. I also need to have bathrooms over here as well. I don't know exactly where I want my bathrooms. Like top or bottom, I should say. Let's see, what is the schedule looking like? So downtime, bedtime, bath time. Okay, so first thing they do is wake up and want to go to the bathroom. So yeah, I guess it doesn't really matter if it's top or bottom, really. But I want to start moving that type of stuff. Alright. Right, 16.6. Alright, so increased about a ton. Here's our first planted rose bush. These dupes are finally getting around to the buildings and stuff. Only took 20 cycles. Yeah, that's one of the, I mentioned this a couple VODs ago, but that's one of the slow things about having a split colony like this. Like, yeah, I have 12 duplicates, but I only have 6 on this side, and the 6 on this side are busy, ranching or generating power so often that they don't get a lot of chance to, do other tasks such as build and stuff like that. So, definitely slowing down the colony for sure. Okay, this just needs to be pollinated. I should have quite a bit of peat over here. Yeah, I have 8 tons over here and 2 tons over here-ish. So quite a bit of peat. I definitely have a surplus of peat on the left side. Right side, I'm even at best. I actually have a couple small piles of peat, which is nice. Oh yeah, I was gonna build option up here. With the intention of keeping this chlorine from continually falling into my base. Alright, do we have a 4th plant? Yeah, good job. Now, all that we need in order to make this room a nature reservoir is a nature reservoir sign, which is somewhere around here. There we go, park sign, rather. Man, I really like my statues. I guess I could move one. I could move all these doors. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna move all these doors over one. So I'll give our main shaft a little bit more space. I'll be able to have statues going down the side. Probably gonna let the pip out, but I do not care. It's fine. I probably want mesh tiles down here as well. That way, just help airflow up and down. Not that, I mean, I have plenty of airflow on this side, but when I get to the industrial area, I'm probably gonna have more solid tiles, so airflow won't be as great over there. Okay, back to the sign, park sign over here. Hopefully that doesn't increase this room size too much. No, I can go to 120, I'm fine. 120, completely fine. Right. They were quick at that. Salt is nice. Let's just put more statues and put the park sign in. Now this is a nature reservoir, so just a +6 morale. Get +2 over here, +4 over here. So very good. It's a colony. This is probably for the park. Oh, never mind. I lied. Tune up sun generators that's going on over here, just to make the peat burners more efficient, so they burn less peat, and hopefully I can save, like, finally start getting a backlog of peat. That's the ideal scenario. I want to dig up some Mika buds. I don't need the Vagro. I don't need the sweat corn either. It was just busy planting over here, huh? There's a bunch of stuff there. There's another Mika bud. So let's just copy here and here. Let's just at least get one in each farm. Starvation. Yeah. I do think I don't have enough dew trippers in this particular farm, honestly. But if I get a few starvation messages here and there, I'm not overly concerned about it. Okay. Crops. The rosebud bushes are planted, so I can go ahead and replant these. I could probably even just double up on all these. Just get them all planted, and it's just gonna help decor at the end of the day. The decor overlay, it does say 120 maximum decor, but that is for the entire cycle. Since the dupe is only spending, I don't know, 20% of their cycle sleeping, essentially what you want to do is you want to decor bomb them so that they get a really high decor, and then it slowly kind of degrades over the cycle. But if you can get it to a point where it averages out over the entire cycle at 120, then you're getting the maximum morale benefit. And if you hover over their morale, you can see at the very bottom there, last cycle's decor is mediocre, and you get a +1 morale boost for that. +1's not very great, but mediocre is also not great either. That's pretty low. So once you get it up to 120, I think it's like a +4 morale, which is great. Oh, I did lose my masterwork artist, didn't I? Well, I guess these are just gonna stay unsculpted for now. That's fine. I don't have an issue with that. Also, now that these are planted, I do want to open these doors. This is a very minor thing, but if you keep the doors open, it reduces the time dupes are waiting for the door to open. Super minor, not a big deal, but like for instance this pneumatic door here, dupes are going up and down through it multiple times a day, right? So if I can save half a second every time a dupe travels through it, over the long term, that's a lot of time saving. So just very small things to do, optimizations, I guess you could call it. Mikas are getting planted. Unfortunately, it is another operation for a dupe to go deliver dirt every few cycles. So far it's 23 kilograms of dirt. This is 10, so this is good for like 2 cycles, a little over 2 cycles. Power generating. Could get back to plastic production. Which do we got? Not much. Okay. You're delivering granite to this, aren't you building? Need more granite. Construct this. Temperatures around here should be looking pretty good. I'm getting some oxygen. I think it's gonna help a bit. Alright, this is more of my style with ulti. We still really don't have the power generation sorted. I mean, we're at best we're neutral on Pete, so it feels pretty bad getting another dupe at this point. I don't have automation here yet. Let's see, I only have 2 power grids. It's actually not horrible. I'm starting to think about centralizing power a little bit better. Eventually, when I tame geothermal, it's a shame this point of interest is here. That still makes me sad. Once I get into geothermal, I will have to run like a power spine all the way up to my base. You know, I want to combine all my power generation. I could actually go down the right side over here, essentially to the right of these 2 buildings, and have this kind of my main ladder shaft even to go up and down my base. I could throw doors on these farms, right, and have people coming from the right side. Trying to think what my late game base is gonna look like. So many decisions. So many decisions. I do think I want a pretty big geothermal plant though, just because to support, what is it, 10 bionic duplicates, I'm gonna need, one of these running full time should support 2 dupes, theoretically. So I'm gonna need 5 battery chargers. That alone is, what is it, 1, 2, I don't know, about 2.3 kilowatts of power. So that's a lot of power. I mean, when you even max out steam turbine, you're talking about 850. Like, yeah, you can NG's tune up, so you can get about a kilowatt a piece, but then you have to pay the aqua tuner cost to cool everything back down, right? So we're probably, I mean, to account for expandability, I want probably about 5 steam turbines in the geothermal plant. And that should be a pretty good, branching into late game power source. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. I do need to get into Atmos suits. All this. I need natural tiles, so 1, 2, 3. I've never tried this before with the mesh tile here. I actually think it's probably not going to work, so I'm just going to use this mesh tile. Okay, there's 3. I might do a 4th. Where do I do a 4th? Right here, maybe? Do I care if this is 3 tiles wide? Not really. I mean, I guess it will be 3 tiles wide over here. It's going to be kind of weird, though. I mean, it'll be fine. I'm probably going to have to have a door here. Yeah, okay. I need to get rid of this for now. Just because I need to build tiles like that. Alrighty. Same process. If I click in the right spot. Oh, one thing, it's just a pet peeve thing, it's not a requirement. If you have debris in the spot where your natural tile is going to be, when you create the natural tile, it's going to have like cracks in it. And functionally, it doesn't change anything, it's still functionally fine. But visually, it's just something I like to prevent for really no real reason. It doesn't really matter. I'm gonna need to put a doorway here though. Just gonna do just go. And we have a new item that Clive just added with the prehistoric planet pack, an insulated door. It does take 2 feather fiber, but it helps prevent thermal transfer between 2 areas. So, as we've been talking about, we want to keep this area cold, we want to keep this area warm. So, putting a door makes sense. When I'm deconstructing here, make sure you select buildings so you don't deconstruct like piping or wires behind the scenes. Goes back. And sorry, doors. We need doors here. Doors here as well. I'm working on closing off an area. Excuse me. No, that's just... Bit of a skewed nature reserve, but same concept. Bionics sleep in here. When they leave, first thing they do is go through nature reserve, so they get that +6 morale bonus, which is really nice. Got all the chlorine still sitting around. This pump is at least doing its job of keeping the chlorine at a reasonable level. Okay, we want this to be rosebud as well. They're just probably the best seeds we have access to. Need to start getting back on research, really. Do we have... Is this the only pit we have? Probably. The moon miserable. I can find. Anyways, okay, here. High priority. Should probably not even do that yet, since I don't have these doors built, but they'll take some time getting around to it anyways. Okay, industry. Well, I want to build bathrooms first. How big can Bathrooms B. Washroom 64. Leave that at 64. Alrighty, and then we can start. A bit differently. Have the shower in the middle, and then we're gonna bring the water sieve to the left as well. Actually down here is where we get the majority of our polluted dirt. We're probably at a deficit of polluted dirt for these farms, but seacomb leaves are just nice to have, and we have a huge backlog of them anyways. Seacomb leaves are just nice to have. We don't need them for anything right now. We did. Where did it go though? There it is. Let go here. It's very high priority because he's gonna leave this doorway, down that doorway pretty quick. Good job. Good job getting on that. Now, if he does wander, yeah, I mean, he can't go everywhere. He can kind of run around a little bit, but all these tiles should also be good to plant on. I don't have any hanging pots anywhere around currently, so I can also add some back. Not that I'm using that aqua tuner right now, but it would be good to not forget. The bad thing about these insulated doors is they're slow. They take a long time to open. They work well. I can't complain in that regard, but it just take a while. Okay, I'm gonna take a quick break. Again, use restroom, grab a drink. I will be back in a few minutes. And I'm back. Just in time for a new blueprint. Nothing I really wanted. I mean, red would be good, but the decreased athletics is too rough to overcome. And Grossman, actually not horrible either. I don't need a farmer though. The builder would be pretty nice. I could skill Grossman up to be a builder decorator. Actually, that's what I think I'll do. I'll take him. Let's do first point into building. We'll see if I remember that he is supposed to be a decorator. I guess I could set priorities up right now. Just be building and decorating. Schedule. I think I need to move you. Yeah, you can move down here. I do need a bedroom for you though, since you are my seventh duplicate. Just make sure I build the bed quickly. Everything else I don't care about, but I need the bed. Okay, I do need to get back on plastic production. And I do need to transfer some amber over. Because I do believe we don't have any more amber to crush with the plant pulverizer. So, I mean, we do have a bit of a backlog of resin, but we should... Wrong element damage. Really? Was that water? I'm pretty sure I put some water into it, but that's fine. Brine Ice, we're up to 17.5. I really don't know why we're not getting that built, though. Okay, just gonna start heating up this area. We do have a cooling loop though, so it's not gonna heat up too much. What is it, 72,000? Okay, so now where do I want to put my sign? It's a bit awkward because my floors are uneven here, just because of this too wide structure. So, yeah, I'll probably just put it down at the bottom. I was trying to see where I could get more space to build statues, right? I'll probably fiddle around with the room more in the future. But we have a nature reserve. And with a nature reserve, how much plants do we got here? 620. Not enough. But with the nature reserve, I'm going to start moving my bionics up. I'll replace these with comfy beds in a little bit. But for now, we are we're just gonna go with the regular cots. So they'll get to building all that. The bionics also benefit from, I guess that's stress, maybe? I mean, bionics do benefit from decor as well. I was thinking if they walked on carpeted tiles, I thought they got a morale buff as well. No, that must just be, yeah, it's just a stress reduction. Never mind. Got them mixed up. Alrighty. That pip can chill out there. Yeah, so the decor is gonna start looking a lot better real quick. Let's just deconstruct these beds. Get rid of these walls as well. Washroom's gonna stay put for a bit until I move it up. I'm not ready to move the power brick yet. I do really want to though. It'd be so nice. I mean, this whole place is a mess as well, but I'm slowly building top down and getting it to a reasonable state for my duplicates. We're starting to run out of rosebuds, so we do have a limited number. Oops. Working on bathrooms. We're gonna extend this. Oops. Refinery, refinement. And we'll need a single of aggro, we don't need multiples. Now what we can start doing is putting in lights as well. Hey, that actually worked out even. Pretty much anything dupes do, if they have a light when they do it, they just do it faster. Let's just... And... I'm doing this the wrong way. Oof. Disregard everything I just did. Okay, let's cancel that. Let's flip this. Oh man, that was rough. That was not correct. Okay. So that... Oh my god, I'm still doing it wrong. Where's my brain at right now? I do not have a brain. Alright, let's go up and out. Okay. Let's go. And we want a bridge. We want an overflow here. So any extra water goes down there. Okay. Alrighty. All the animals. We have all the animals in the world. 7.6 tons. Okay, and that all got deconstructed. Oh, I did have triage cost over here. Okay. I do want to create a like a quick little hospital. Hospitals don't have to be very big. Yeah, 12 tiles. You just need a toilet, dining table, and a triage cot. So that'd be pretty quick. To do. This morale, yeah, should be getting pretty high at this point. Yeah, +6, +4, +4. Yeah. Another bad thing about bionics are they don't get any food bonuses, right? Because they don't eat, they don't get any food bonuses. So you're missing out on, I mean, if you have really good food, it's like +8 morale. So you are missing out on that morale boost. Um, but the kind of the opposite of that is duplicate skills or bionic duplicate skills like overall consume less morale. So like a fully skilled up bionic duplicate with like all these trees selected is only going to consume I think 25 morale, which is high, don't get me wrong, but like a fully skilled out normal duplicate would be crazy. They'd have so many skill points. I do need to do a skill check because my morale is getting considerably better. Um, I wish I had a better idea of what these people were doing. I am gonna need to get them into like suit training eventually. Uh, just because the plus athletics is really nice. What do we have? We have a bunch of construction boosters. Yeah, this is mechatronics, so honestly, just having like 2 more construction would be pretty nice for them. And let's go schematics as well. So then you can also have a. I don't think there's anything for operations specifically, just EE booster and mechanical engineering booster will give you some machinery as well. But really, I just want you to be a good constructor, and we can give you a strength. All right, other chip, how are you doing? I don't know why you have a grilling booster, strength, engineer, construction. Get another construction and get a strength. Echo, you're a digger. So let's give you another, no, let's give you an extreme digging. And strength, yeah, sure. Gizmo, looks like you're a rancher. Let's give you another ranching booster. And a construction booster. Construction's always, there's nothing ever wrong with construction booster. Dig, build. Yeah, you already have extreme digger, so. Another rancher. I don't have another ranching booster, that's sad. So let's get some more ranching boosters and strength boosters. Let's do 2 of these. Let's do 5 of these. And I wanted an electrical, mechanical. Wait. Oh, okay. No, I did not want that. I wanted rancher, not researcher. Man, we do not even have that many microchips available. That's crazy. I don't know why that took me 26 to 0, but okay. They apparently need to sleep more, defrag more, get more microchips. I did want to keep a few just for the availability for NG's tune-ups. Our peat is going up. What are our piles looking like? 420, 430. Yeah, so I mean, we're probably very slightly positive, but nothing to be going crazy about or anything. I'm thinking about power. What am I going to do for like late game power for my normal duplicates? Not necessarily like late game power, but just like later game power. Something where I can set up proper industry and not be crippled because of it. Oh yeah, I don't have any gold over here. That's why these aren't getting built. So we're just gonna have to just use basic metals. I don't know if this auction is actually working. I think it's helping this farm a little bit, but this one it's just kinda not really doing much, to be honest. Okay. Okay, that cooling loop is fine. It's still at 17 degrees. It hasn't even really warmed up at all. Getting plastic. Yeah, we have amber here, so this can be done again. It's just not a super high priority. Nobody seems to be wanting to build these tiles either. I don't know why. Jesus. I even increased their priority and they didn't want to do that. Ah, Pip, stop planning this. Where did the fifth go? I don't see it. Now that we have the Mimika out here, though, we can see they're pollinating. So 25% increased growth speed. So that's always nice. There's another pip over here, and I don't see it. Nice. Finally got that. I'm trying to dig out this water and get the least electrocutions as possible. That's really what I'm trying to do. Yeah, sure. And we're just gonna dig up through here. Just deconstruct all this. Probably shouldn't be doing that now because they're gonna electrocute themselves before they. Let's make sure we do that first. Alright, making a bunch of stuff. Doing that finally. The order they're doing this baffles me. You'd think they'd do these first, but you know. Who's to judge? Alright, yeah. Alright. Get the water draining. I gotta print a bionic next, so can't even consider any of those. What are you doing? I just died. What did I dig up on accident? Oh, I dug up that. Okay, that's no worries there. Right. Now plants. We don't have a lot of plants to choose from, honestly. It's actually pretty chilly up here, so I think I do want to go with the cooler plants. What's that? 5. Alright, these are just barracks at this point. There is no, regular bed with a single bedroom type of. There used to be. They changed that though. So yeah. So now we just have. We need comfy beds for the 2 upgraded bedrooms. Got some more water. We did drop down to 15.6. Oh, where's our Paco egg? Oh, all the way down here. Okay. Yeah, you're being electrocuted. I know. Let's mop that up. Deconstruct that. We can dig over. Get that water. Then once we get this computer desk destroyed, we can build a couple ladders and dig out through here and have a bunch more water drop down for us. All right, get out of there. You're done. You did what you needed to do. This poor guy, he's just getting electrocuted all over the place. Alright, the water will drain to my makeshift liquid tank, where it's pretty chilly down here. There is an abyss light break with this geyser, so through the obsidian. Obsidian doesn't have like great thermal conductivity or anything like that, but it is transferring heat down into this biome. By the time it starts impacting my beta hives, I'll have a lot of enriched uranium. I already have a lot of enriched uranium. I think 10 kilograms lasts you for like 100 cycles or so. No, I don't think it's that much. I forget the conversion of or how much enriched uranium the research reactor uses per cycle. I don't think it tells you. Oh. Research reactor. I don't think it tells you how much enriched uranium it consumes. Yeah. I could create an atomic power bank though. Self-charging power bank made with enriched uranium can power buildings. It is low. Okay. Oh, that'd be cool. I don't know what it means by like how quick does it charge? Because that'd be cool. I could have, what are they called? Yeah, like a large discharger, for instance, providing 480 watts. That would be pretty nice. Maybe I mess around with that a bit. Hold on, let me look up. Let me look up how quickly they recharge. Okay, so they charge 120 kilojoules per cycle. So one, what is it, 1/4 of the battery recharges per cycle. That's not bad. So at the end of the day, to support a single power bank charger, we'd need 4 large dischargers with uranium power banks in them, which isn't too bad. You do have to be careful with the radiation. Apparently they emit radiation, but that's fine. They shouldn't have to have any manual dupe interaction. I don't think. Okay. No, I want the enriched uranium. What the hell? Oh, I want an atomic power bank. Sorry, I was looking at the wrong thing. Atomic power bank. Oh, the self-charging's pretty bad. It does have a life cycle. Okay, alright. So atomic power bank, I wish it told you all here. I'm looking at the wiki in order to see what it is. Okay, so an atomic power bank takes 10 kilograms of enriched uranium to create an atomic power bank. The atomic power bank starts with 120 kilojoules of charge, so it comes fully charged with 120 kilojoules, which is the same as this, which is the same as this. So, but it can only be used at a large discharger. So as I was saying, like one of these. So this is 480 watts. So I mean, it's the same as, so these batteries take half a cycle to charge on 480 watts. So it would take 2 cycles to discharge the atomic power bank from 100 to 0. But then they have a 60 watt self-charging capacity. So we can mess around with them. I think they're pretty inefficient though, overall. But it'll be interesting. Oh, I need comfy beds, that's right. What do we have? 1460. We're getting there. Who's all stressed? Sonia, why are you so stressed? Something that was happening previously. You're probably running through a bunch of water. I do have them digging a bunch of water out over here, so that would stand to reason. So I want a couple there and dig that out. Actually, there's no point to mopping this. I'm just gonna make a mess again. I should start destroying all this. I don't want to actually destroy this until I get my industry up a little bit better. I was thinking about building the steam turbines up top here and then building all my industry below. The issue with that is I don't have a lot of protection from meteors right here. And having a meteor come in and smash through like an insulated tile to release all the steam, I would be very sad. I guess we have enough protection. I don't think I need to worry about that too much. So if I do one lower. Do I even want it this high even? Yeah, I think that's fine. A bit longer. No, I want it even with this floor down here though. I guess I could just dig up another tile. It's just gonna be convenient if I... Not convenient, it's gonna look nicer if I do that. Let's just do that for now. Alright. I'm also gonna need a bunch of steel over here, which I don't have. I think that's gonna be something I work on next episode. Oh man, see. Maybe I need to worry about ice over here a little bit more. See the ambient temperature, 16 sure. Yeah, I'm gonna want a cooling loop through here. I think I said I was gonna do that out of naphtha. I think that's the only liquid I have access to that can get cold enough. Because I originally said -20. I think I'm gonna do a bit colder than that even. -25 or so. I really need you guys to stop that. And this, apparently. It sucks every time this happens, I lose a little bit of crude oil out of here. Which isn't ideal. Oh, I have it. Okay, I have it being delivered back. That's good. Okay, yeah, so building up the industry next episode is going to be what I'm focusing on. Industry here, I'm probably going to start working down, digging down here and getting access to this magma biome. And using the magma biome for my late game power. I don't want to well, I don't want to warm up this. I already have so many leaks, so that's a problem. Heat leaking in all over the place. Down here, over here even. I do want to preserve this radioactive biome. I don't want to completely destroy it. So maybe when I break in here, I come in and I just build like a wall of insulated tiles or something. Just to keep this thermally isolated from everything else. And then build my, oh man, my geothermal down over on this side. And then I don't care if I heat up over here, you know, that's fine. I think that's what I'm gonna do. That kind of sounds like the formings of a plan. Yeah, so industry, power. I think I've said power for the past 200 cycles. It's habitually not been something that I sort out real quick. It is going to be pretty painful getting down here just because of the long travel time, so I'm probably going to work on... Jeez, just liquid, always liquid. I'm probably going to work on improving travel times down. I don't really know how I can in particular, but I am going to think about it. Probably just a fire pole, right? Fire pole, get all the way down. And then if you build your project with local resources, not much in this biome to build with aside from, I think Mafic Rock is around. Anyways, but up here, some obsidians over here. I have access to iron ore around here. So probably iron ore and obsidian is probably going to be what I generally build with. Until I need, you know, specific parts for like plastic and steel for like steam turbines, stuff like that. So, but build with local resources, it helps you with deep travel time. So that'll be for next episode. I appreciate everybody who showed up and watched. Anyone watching on YouTube VODs, I also appreciate it. Check out my Twitch channel. I stream at noon EST every weekday, Monday through Friday. And yeah, have a great day. I appreciate it. Talk to you guys later. See ya.